G'day, my name is Mike Goldman and I'm the Deputy Chief of Mission here at the U.S. Embassy in Australia. I'd like to start by wishing a hearty congratulations to all the Australian students who are finishing their academic year. It's a big accomplishment in any year, but it is a particularly big deal this year. This year, as all of you know, has been a year of unprecedented challenges, beginning with bushfires and continuing on through COVID. And this year's grads deserve a special word of congratulation. As you look to the future, as you consider your educational options, I'd encourage you to consider continuing your studies in the United States. International education changes lives. It has certainly changed mine, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. It began with a year abroad at the Chinese University of Hong Kong in 1988 and 1989. Now, as you know, 2020 has been a crazy year for Australia, and it's been a crazy year for much of the world. 1989 was an equally traumatic and pivotal year for Hong Kong, just as it was for hundreds of millions of Chinese on the mainland. My year in Hong Kong and my travels throughout China, including Beijing in June 1989, they truly opened my eyes. Later, after tramping around Asia with a backpack for a couple of years, I went to graduate school. That included a year in Malaysia on a Fulbright scholarship. I've also been a language student on immersion programs in Taiwan and Indonesia. And I can say without hesitation that these experiences were life-changing. They provided perspective, personal connections, and cross-cultural understanding. And most importantly, they were all a lot of fun. So there's a lot to be said for studying abroad. International education helps prepare students to enter the job market, to work across cultures, and to solve all sorts of complex challenges that we face in the world today. And there's no better place to study than in the United States, a destination of choice for some of the world's most talented students and talented scholars. We welcome more than 1 million international students each year to more than 4,000 world-class U.S. higher education institutions. These students come to the United States for many reasons. Our universities are world-class. U.S. higher education institutions spend more, for example, on research and development than any other country in the world, offering world-class laboratories and facilities on campus. Now, I should say that these facilities are available to students, to ordinary people, just the same as they are available to Nobel laureates. So no matter what you're interested in, there's a place for you. We have massive universities. We also have small liberal arts colleges. There are urban universities, and there are universities in some of the most beautiful rural settings in the United States. So wherever you go, there are opportunities for enrichment and for leadership building. So these include sports teams, fraternities and sororities, arts groups, volunteer groups. They include internships and many more. There are theater groups, there are LGBT groups, there are eating clubs, you name it and you'll find it. And there are scholarship opportunities for international students. And these include aspiring scholar athletes. So pursuing an international experience in the United States, it changes lives. But don't just take my word for it. Everyone has their own story about their U.S. education experience. Thank you.
U.S. education definitely helped to propel me into the career I'm in now as a U.S. diplomat. I went to George Washington University for my master's degree, and at the time I was more interested in nonprofit management. Once I actually got there, met my professors, they really opened me up to a whole different world with international development. Some of them had worked for the IMF, the World Bank, various different private organizations. And so they really helped to mentor me on the path to where I am now.
My U.S. education really helped advance this career that I just started because doing a master's in international affairs at Columbia University really helped me think critically about these overarching bilateral issues between countries. It was a really challenging program, and I got a lot out of it. I think it'll help prepare me for being a diplomat in the future.
In today's globalized world, employers are definitely looking for graduates who have cross-cultural experience, and I think people who have completed exchange programs definitely have that competitive edge.
U.S. education advanced my career because at my university it was required to do 2 semesters worth of internships. And at my university we had resources like career counselors and CV and resume workshops that helped a lot.
A US education helped my career because I got a job at the US consulate. I think it showed that I was interested in the world, that I could look after myself overseas, and I also got to take classes that at the time I couldn't take in Western Australia. It was amazing.
I think my years as an undergrad at a university or at 2 universities in the US were extremely important in getting the experience to meet a diverse group of people that I would not have otherwise.
As a political officer, obviously we spend a lot of our time abroad. So having had the prior experience to live in another country, interact with people who live there, who participate in their education system, was kind of a nice way to get introduced into the job. We share the world with over 150, 160 countries. So I think it's important to kind of get out of your comfort zone, see how other people go about organizing their lives and getting involved in politics or what their priorities and values are. So I really appreciated having that educational experience prior to joining the State Department.
The best thing about a U.S. education is that there are opportunities inside and outside of the classroom. In addition to having access to world-class professors and curriculum, you really get to enjoy a wide array of social activities, joining clubs or going to sports games. It's one of the things that I appreciated most about my university experience.
Hi everyone, my name is Samantha. I'm the Education USA Coordinator in Melbourne. On behalf of the whole team, we wish you a happy International Education Week. We are there to help you. We have offices in Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. Whatever your desires are, there are opportunities for you at US colleges. Reach out to Education USA and we'd be happy to assist you. Thanks everyone and happy International Education Week.